Hello? Oop. Oh, what's going on here? I'm still alive. I don't know, I'm just so tired. I'm just so freaking tired. I hit that. That was my short. I hit that. Oh, there we are. That was my short. There. Oh, I need to go get my glasses. Nobody's even in here. Guess nobody cares. There's Mouse. Where'd you come from, Mouse? Did the Walmart guy scare you today? Nope. Hi, Chair Bear. No, no more news. I went out yesterday morning. I showed Ricardo. Um, Maybe just wait for a couple people in because I just don't want to repeat myself. I'm too damn tired. Just too damn tired and disappointed, upset, pissed. Yeah, I'm going to explain the whole story here in a little minute. So if you want to hang out and listen to my story, then I'll tell you the story of everything that's been going on. But I just don't want to sit here and repeat myself over and over. I'm just too damn tired. All I can say is this fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. After everything I've been through, and now this, finally get a chance to start my life over, and this guy gives me a chance to start it over, and now he's gone. I'm 2 years old. 22. It's almost the same age as my son. My son is 21. Maybe that's why I love the guy so much. The short that I posted, I actually got permission from Ricardo to post it. I didn't just post it out of spite. Y'all know I don't give a shit about YouTube or monetization or stupid shit like that. I'm just trying to find Max. And I don't think we're going to find him right away. don't think we're going to find him. I mean, eventually you might find them, but you just don't know about the rivers. I've called in everybody. And, I've even went to talk to the cops and went to the cops, and so they know where I'm at. After everything I've been through, the cops know where I'm at now. Great. Good thing I'm trying to get that. Never mind. This is more about Max, not me. It's not about me. Well, it's been almost 10 minutes. Here's what's going on with Max. I came home really, really sick yesterday. And my sciatic nerve on my right side is just locking up, and it takes me about 3 hours in the morning to get going. Just where I just can bear with the pain. So Max, again, here's the story: is Max usually takes Tuesdays off. He went to go get a new chainsaw down in Reading. And I texted him. It's like, you know what? Get some bar oil and some bits to sharpen the chainsaw. And that was the last text message I sent him. Because then I figured out it was Tuesday, and, that was his day off. That's his day. He goes kayaking, and he goes and does all that. And then he showed up at about 4 o'clock that evening after I was mowing down the ditch or the stream, whatever you want to call it. It's more of a ditch now because it hasn't rained here in quite a while. So I was mowing that down, and I was cleaning up, and doing the maintenance stuff that I do that you guys see me do around here. And then Max showed up about 4 o'clock and dropped off the new chainsaw in a box, which I showed my previous live. And I was going to make it that night, and I was like, man, I'm just too dang tired and stuff like that. And so I went to bed, and then Max, I didn't think anything about it. I didn't know that he went back out kayaking. And then the next morning I got up, and I was looking out the window, because that's what I do every morning. I just kind of look out there, see if Max is around or what's going around. And I saw out my window some guy standing at the store, and then I saw Marco come down to the store. And Marco doesn't speak English, so I didn't know what was going on, and I knew that. And I knew the guy because I talked to him the night before. So I went down there and I talked to him, and I was kind of worried because here it is, past 9 o'clock in the morning, and the store's not open. Max isn't around. I just thought he got up early that morning and went for a kayak cruise, and, a sunrise cruise. And that's what I thought when I looked out my window. But then when I saw people down at the store, I was like, okay, I'm getting a little concerned here. What's going on? This isn't like Max. So the guy, he just wanted some water because they were going out to the lake, like I explained earlier in my last video or live stream, I think. And I was like, "No worries, man. I got you. I got water in my camper and everything." And so I came up here and I got him a 6 pack of water. So him and he's a Navy veteran and all that. It's like, "Hey, man, go have some fun, enjoy the sights and everything." And then when I went back to take the water, Marco handed me the phone, and it was Max's uncle saying that Max didn't come home last night. And I'm like, what? And he said, Max didn't come home last night. So I'm like, well, where could he be? Because I don't know the area. I don't, I really haven't, I really don't know the area at all. And so Marco went and found Max's truck. And it was about 9:40 in the morning. And I told Ricardo, I was like, if Marco finds his truck, let me know where it's at. And then all of a sudden, I was trying to take care of things around here, start, my maintenance work and everything. And all of a sudden I look at my phone and I get the location, and it's posted in the description. Hey, Tim. Oh, not very good, Tim. No news yet. I'm trying to get to that. This is a very, very sad story that's going on, and it's still continuing. It's not over yet. Um, so, anyways, Marco found his truck, and I got a text message from Ricardo in Arizona, and for the location of his truck. And so I jumped in my truck. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm going. And I jumped in my truck and got down there. I met a guy on the on ramp or the boat ramp where the road comes out. There's a boat ramp and there's a train trestle. And down there at the end of the boat ramp, I met this guy. I didn't even know who the hell he was, but I was like, hey, um, I don't know this area. I don't know if there's any bike trails or anything, but my buddy Max is missing, and he was kayaking last night. And so that's where you get to the short. I wasn't really worried first part. The first part, I wasn't worried because is, he's Max. He's buff. He's 22 years old, buff. So we figured we just find him sitting on the shore somewhere or something like that. That's how I that's how I was thinking first thing in the morning. And then, we went upriver, and well, actually I was sitting there on the boat ramp, and somebody was like, "Hey, we found a kayak. We found a kayak." I'm like, "Can you take me to it? Just take me to it." And so I jumped in these guys' boat, and they took me up there, and we found the boat on the left side of the river, the west side. And, they dropped me off there and left me there, and the boat started flying away or floating away. His kayak started floating away. So I pulled it up on shore, and after I did that, I was like, well, because I was leaving it there for evidence. I know how cops think. So I was leaving it there for evidence, but it started floating away, so I grabbed it and I pulled it up on shore. And then I was like, well, let's see if his phones are in here or whatever. And, so I went kind of through the kayak. It was waterlogged. So, anyways, I sat there, and the guy that I met on the e-bike, his name's Don. He's a firefighter out of Sacramento. And he showed up he's like, "Hey, I got my buddy's ski boat. Let's go. Let's go find Max." So we went, just kind of just puttering up the left side, and then we found Max's oar about, like I said, about 800 yards up the riverbank. And well, actually we stayed at the kayak. I mean, I was on the phone with the sheriffs, and I was frantic. I mean, I was so frantic, going, "Hey, something's wrong. Something is seriously wrong." And so I was frantic, and I was talking to the cops. It's like, "Get your guys' ass out here." And so finally, a cop boat showed up, and that was about 12:30 or so, 1 o'clock. Hi, Laura. Thanks for coming in, Princess. Do you think it was waterlogged from the possibility of sinking some? I mean, I got theories. I got theories of what happened, possibly. I mean, he wasn't wasted, you know. He was out there just having a good night and drinking a couple beers, and that's how it was. He wasn't wasted. It's not like how all of us partied throughout our lives and doing different stuff and you know drinking shots and all that. He wasn't wasted. And that's not like Max. Anyways, he's been out there on the lake several times. Hi, Jane. It was, yeah. Something happened, and we're trying. I've been just racking in my brain. Where did it happen? What happened? And I got all these theories going through my brain. The first thing when I heard about it was shady characters. Somebody meant to do it. But then again, here it was 6:15 from his last pitcher, and then I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened after 6:15 p.m. And so we're trying to figure out what happened, but my theory is he might have been in the middle of the lake and it was dusk and a boat may have sideswiped him and possibly knocked him out, and I mean, I didn't see any damage to the kayak, and then I don't know what happened to the kayak. After I left the kayak, I guess the sheriffs took the kayak. So, but I really didn't see any like rudder damage or because he was out past the buoys. He was way past the buoys. So the speed of the boats could have made like some strong wakes or something and flipped them over. That's my two theories. I mean, it's been in my head for the last 3 days trying to figure out what happened. Because I mean, he was strong, man. I mean, the pictures, I mean, show it all. So I don't know exactly what happened. I mean, hell, nobody will unless they were there. Maybe somebody will come up and it's like, yeah, I smacked a kayak and it was me. I don't know. But on the other hand, I was out there Wednesday most of the day looking for him, and then went back out yesterday morning about 6 o'clock. Ricardo got out there around 5:30, and I got out there around between 6 and 6:30. And because Ricardo called me, he's like, "Hey, where was this? Where was that?" And so I showed him yesterday morning and where I found the kayak, where I found the oars, and then we dropped everybody off where the oar was found. We got divers coming in tomorrow. Princess, since I've moved here, I don't go anywhere. Because of what happened to me in Tennessee, I don't drive. I don't go anywhere. Um, my anxiety was so bad when Mouse got sick that I had to go to Reading, and I hated every second of it. My anxiety was just through the roof. You know, I don't like going anywhere. I'm on Walmart Plus now. I have stuff brought into me. This driver from Walmart Plus today showed up. It was the second time coming here, and we talked the first time. He's an electrician out of Reading, and now he's worked for Walmart Plus. And he showed up. He's going through a hard time. You know, everybody's going through a hard time. I'm like, dude, I don't want to drive. My mental state is not very good right now, and I just want to get out of here. And so this is a Walmart Plus driver. And I was like, I'll give you $40 just to get me out of here for an hour. And so he picked me up, and I actually treated him to lunch, and we went to Lakehead, and I talked to a bunch of people, and everybody knows what's going on. So, you know, we just got to find Max. We got to, you know, we need, the family needs closure. You know, I've gone through a lot of shit in my life. I watched my mom die. I watched my best friends die. And now here it is where I meet such a good person that's the same age as almost my son, tell me what to do. And now he's gone. He's really helped me out through my life. And now I'm miserable and I'm upset again. I'm pissed off. Just so pissed off. That little that little guy, he was pushing me. He was pushing me to work. Getting my ass out of this camper door at 9 o'clock in the morning every freaking morning. And working on weekends and telling me these weird things and joking with me when he was helping me. He was helping me. I don't know what to do now. I just somebody made a comment on one of my videos, and she said, "Just keep doing what Max wanted you want you to do. The truck's here. The truck's here. The truck's right over there. They brought it home last night. I I haven't really talked to the family. I don't really know them. I've been in contact with Ricardo. Ricardo understands what I've been going through. They've seen my work, so they're just like, holy crap, man, this guy knows what the hell he's doing. He had a spare key. He had a spare key in his apartment down there. He lives next to the store. He's got a little apartment there, and I actually found the spare key for the truck the first day. So, yeah, it's just really hard because we everybody here really kind of knows the realization that he most likely drowned, and it he may never be recovered, or you guys know. I mean, I don't want to say anymore, but sometimes it takes up to 5 to 2 weeks to find find him. We didn't find his phone. We didn't find him. We didn't find his truck keys. He had a spare set of truck keys. It's a brand new truck, brand spanking new. So he had an extra set of keys or key fob since it's brand new in his apartment. So that's where the keys for the truck came from. I couldn't find my tripod, so I was picking lizard for my tripod tonight. But I found my tripod. And these bugs suck, man. Yeah, we've done everything. We've done everything we could, Chair Bear, right now. I guess the police have been out there. Well, I didn't see them out there today. I went out. I went back out there and looked again today for just a little bit. Um, but there's nobody there today. The cops went. I guess they had like 4 sonar boats or something yesterday. The first day we had planes and helicopters flying over. Is there a bridge in that area? Um, no, he was just out kayaking. He was out kayaking. There is the trestle bridge that's in my last short and videos and stuff. And I was thinking the same thing, and I was going to check around the bridge, but we found his kayak about a mile and a half upstream. And then I'm getting different stories. Well, the river could run upstream. I was like, really? But no, again, I mean, that's where my theory, where I think somebody sideswiped him with a boat and knocked him out. No, all right, Princess. Why don't you stop by on the 30th? Well, it's kind of a lake, but it's Salt Creek or Salt Lower Salt Creek. Again, I don't know the area that well, but Lower Salt Creek is part of Lake Shasta. It's off to the west of, I believe, the west of Lake Shasta. It's like a little finger that comes into Lake Shasta or the river or whatever you guys want to call it. I don't remember. I don't remember. I work so much and I don't remember everything. I can't remember tomorrow. I'm sorry. I mean, I might have missed it or something. I don't know. I don't sleep. I got really, really bad insomnia. Right, there was a lane closed north of Red Bluff. Traffic was backed up somewhere at this specific time. All right, National Princess. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I was kind of looking forward to seeing somebody off of YouTube. But it's all good. Well, then you should have stopped here and wait for the backup to go away. See? See? You should have stopped here and wait for the backup to go away. um, it is what it is. I mean, I talked to Ricardo, and and he said something to me today. It's God's will, and a lot of people have been telling me that lately. And then my Walmart driver told me that today. There's Bob. Sneak peek of Bob. But we haven't found Max yet. We haven't found Max yet. Oh, there goes Mouse. Mouse sighting. Oh, they destroyed my camper. Those two cats, I left them in here the other day, and they kept me up all night. And they're like top where my sink is, in actually the very back of the camper. And they kept going up there, and I was sleeping on the couch, or trying to sleep. Like I said, I don't sleep. And I was trying to sleep on the couch, and then all of a sudden I hear this thump, 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 and I'm like looking at them, and I kept yelling at them, "Get the hell down and get out of here!" And then about an hour later, they're still back up there at the curtain. And so the next morning, I can't remember when it was. It was a couple days ago. Um, I think it may have been Tuesday night or something. And I was sitting there, and about 6 o'clock in the morning on my couch, just totally awake. Or no, to finish the story, they tore up the back of my camper, and I went to work. Actually, they didn't tear it up by then, but I went to work that day. That was Tuesday. I went to work all day Tuesday. And I get home, and my curtain is yanked off the wall. And I'm like, what is going on? And then what happened was all this crap happened with Max on Wednesday morning. And when I got home, um, after searching for Max all day on Wednesday, I came home to my camper, and I found out the entire back curtains just yanked off, just laying in my sink and everything on the counter. Everything's all messed up, and I'm just sitting there when I got home. I think I came home around 2 o'clock or so, and I'm sitting in there trying to think what's going on. And here Mouse and Bob are just acting weird. Like, what the hell's going on? You already destroyed my camper. And I'm sitting on the couch in my shoes. Actually, that was yesterday morning. That was yesterday morning. Because I just got back from the lake searching for Max. And I got back home from the lake. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and after I just got home, and Bob just goes racing around the camper. Of course, I can't really see. And here's this mouse. He runs up right underneath my foot. So I freaking step on it. I hold it there, and I hold it there, and Bob and Mouse. I mean, I just didn't want to move. I was so freaking tired. I didn't want to move. And here I got a mouse in my camper, and that's what my cat's been chasing for like all night long and waking me up. There's Mouser. Mouse camper right now. Mouse, what are you doing? So they were chasing this damn mouse all night long. These cats keep me up all night long too. Finally, when I finally get some good sleep, I just get woken up. PFGs, what's... Oh, there goes mouse. I hear the airplane searching for Max. All right, but anyways, the mouse, I threw it outside. And Bob's still looking for it. Yeah, Chair Bear. I don't know if Bob brought him in or what. Bob, he was out all night before. Bob doesn't like to be inside at night. There's Bob. Bob doesn't. He'd rather be outside all night, and he brought Max like 3 mice, and he's only brought me one and a live one, too. So I don't know if Bob snuck in there with a mouse or mouse snuck in there with a mouse. I don't know. Yeah, they shredded my curtains in the back. They knocked them all down. They're laying on the counter. Um, Again, I went down. I talked to Marco. Marco lives right there. I went down. I talked to him. He was out searching for Max all day today, all day yesterday. Ricardo, he's still out there. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't talk to him. But I did talk to Ricardo today through Chat GPT, and there's supposed to be some divers coming in tomorrow. Bob. I did, I did ask Ricardo. I mean, that YouTube post of mine, my short, I did ask for Ricardo for permission. I didn't throw it up without his permission. We're just trying to find Max. Hi guys. Look at the mouse. You guys watching Mouse and Bob? Somebody that I haven't talked to in over a couple of years messaged me today. I don't know if she's watching. Pretty cool gal. That too subtle. There's so much work to do here. I'm rusty. I I got to go get my glasses because I can't see shit. These are my dome back pills right here. This is what I've been taking for my back. I've been taking one every morning. This sucks, man. This sucks so bad. There's mouse. There's mouse fighting. Somebody's coming in. I just don't want to deal with anything. Hello, Rusty. Hi, Lucy. Some guy's been coming in and bringing a U-Haul. I don't know what else to talk about. You know, I've already told my story about Max. And about everything that's going on. Oh, there goes Bob and Mouse. I guess the dog's out. Probably saw a dog. Watch. I'll bet you anything. Yep, there's a dog. And another dog. There's David. There's Leanne. I was like, yep. That was kind of funny. Hello, Rusty. How you doing? Hey, Rob. What's up? Still looking for my friend, dude. And we've pretty much come to a realization that he's not going to come back. Good to see you, Rob. Hi, Amy Joe. Thanks for coming in, girl. Just Just a rough time. Just a rough time right now. They're still out there on the lake looking for them, or if you want to call it a lake, I mean, it is pretty big, you know, pretty big river and stuff. Yeah, it sucks, but now we're just trying to look for some closure. We all know what happened. Um, I mean, we don't know exactly what happened, but we kind of have some insight on what happened. My boss went out kayaking Tuesday. We didn't find out until Wednesday morning that he never showed back up. I went out and he was kayaking Tuesday evening, and I found his kayak and oars on the shore, and no Max. That's pretty much what happened. We got the sheriffs and search and rescue. We got some divers coming tomorrow. The kid was only 22 years old. Yeah, well, not Shasta really. An inlet from Shasta, Salt Creek Inlet, Salt Creek Finger, or whatever they call it. That's where he was kayaking. And again, he was out there. The last picture of him was at 6:15 p.m. It's 7:46 right now, and it's starting to get dusk. So we don't know if a boat knocked him over and he drowned, or we don't know anything. This happened last Tuesday night, and we found out Wednesday morning. And we've been searching. I went out and I searched all day Wednesday and had to talk to cops and all that crap. And went out yesterday morning and we searched again. And then I had to come home because I just wasn't feeling very good. And they searched all day, all night. Well, not all night, but they came home about this time last night. And then they went back out this morning. Um, I mean, his family flew in from Arizona. How am I supposed to fix this shit, Frank? How am I supposed to fix it? It's been in my head for 3 days now. How am I supposed to fix it? I mean, I don't know if I'm the one that wants to fix it. All right, Frank. Yeah, we know. Um, I'm trying to fix it. At least get some closure. anyways, I thought I'd come on here and just give an update of what's going on. Here in Mount Shasta, where everything was going so freaking good, and now it's not. I mean, you've got to take in consideration of his body weight, his fat content, his everything. You got to take in consideration of the current, the weather, everything, and exactly what happened, nobody knows. Yeah, we thought about maybe some shady characters also, and that's why I posted the video. Maybe somebody saw something, you know. I was even thinking I gotta do that tomorrow, because he was up there by a place called Sugarloaf, which I mean, again, I don't know the area, but he was up there by someplace Sugarloaf Marina, Sugarloaf. Maybe they got some cameras. Who knows? Maybe they got some cameras. I'm just trying to, get social media involved to where we can find them. There goes the dog. Anyways, I'm about ready to shut this down. I'm tired. Um, I was going to do a barbecue tonight, but I just not in the mood for it. All right, Amy Joe. Thanks for coming in. It was good seeing your work. I mean, everybody go check Amy Joe out. She's a sweetheart. I mean, you guys are all good people. Go check each other out. Yeah, cats are inside, so I don't have to worry about them. I gotta clean their gosh darn litter box though. That's the worst part of life. Is cleaning the goddamn litter box. Uh, I just wish this didn't happen. He didn't deserve it. 22 years old. He didn't deserve it. He had so much to live for. All right, people. Have a good night. I'm tired. Laters. Very bad dream. Very bad dream.